Hello, students. My name is Miss Kelly, and I teach elementary music K through 5th grade in Cumberland County. And I'm really excited to do music with you today. Today, we are going to do a lesson on the topic of rhythm. And first, we're going to talk a little bit about what rhythm is, and we're going to explore how to create rhythms with things that you have every day in your house. So, I hope you find a comfortable place to sit and a place that's okay to make a little bit of noise. And we are going to explore the topic of rhythm together. So first, let's define what rhythm is. A simple definition of rhythm are long and short sounds that we put together in a pattern. Or, if you want to be more technical, we can say that rhythm is a combination of sounds of varied length that are organized into a pattern. We can find rhythms in our environment every single day, from the ticking of a clock, maybe songs that we hear on the TV or on our radio or on our iPads or on our iPods, or just natural sounds from birds singing in the trees to the way traffic sounds when it's all together out in the streets. Rhythm really is everywhere. And we use lots of different things to help us organize and write rhythms that we see and hear. So let's explore today a little bit about what symbols we use to help us write rhythms and how we can use them to make all kinds of music. So today we are talking about rhythm. And just to review, rhythm is how long or short sounds are put together in a pattern, or if you want to be more technical, is the organizing of sounds of varied length and patterns. So, many of you have probably seen rhythm shown by what we call notes or rhythm symbols. They show us how long or short we should hold out the sound or the pitch. If you are beginning to read rhythms, you've probably seen symbols that look like this or this. However, if you are a more advanced musician, you have probably seen rhythm symbols that look like this or this, or even this. And so, we are going to explore how we can use everyday things in our house to help us build rhythms and write them and play them. First, let's break down our basic rhythm symbols. When we hear one sound to the beat, we use this symbol. We call it ta. We can also use what we call a quarter note to represent one sound to the beat. If we want to show two sounds to the beat, we use this symbol, and we call it TT. Or if we want to use the actual music symbol, we use this to show two sounds that equal one beat, also called a pair of eighth notes. If we want to show four sounds, we can use this musical symbol here, which are called 16th notes. So, for example, if we wanted to use a word that had 4 syllables, we would use that, and we say ticka, ticka. And then music also has silences, and we use symbols called rests to help us add those silences into our music. Today, we're going to use the quarter rest, which we also say shh to remind us to be quiet
or you could simply pause when you see the quarter rest.
Here are tools that you will need to start to write down your rhythms and be able to play them. You will need to grab some paper and a pencil, a pen, a marker, a crayon. Pencils are best because they have erasers, and erasers allow you to make mistakes and correct them if you need to. Now we're going to look at how we're going to use our different symbols to write rhythms together.
Let's review the different rhythm symbols that we are going to use to help us build different patterns today. If you want to make simple patterns, you could use ta and tt. If you want to make more advanced patterns, you could use the quarter note, the eighth note pair, the quarter rest, and for a more advanced challenge, our 16th notes. So now, let's think of all of the things that we see every day that we could use to help us build word rhythms and rhythm patterns. You could choose from animals or sports, from even fun things like candy or soda. But let's start with animals. There are animals that live in our neighborhood and in our environment every single day. So I'm going to start with a dog. Dog, when I say it, has one sound. So I can show that by using a ta or a quarter note. Other animals that live in environments are a chicken. Chicken has two sounds when I say it. I can show that by using a tt or an eighth note pair, because it has two sounds in the word chicken. Now I'm going to add two more animal names to finish my pattern, which will give me a total of 4 rhythm symbols. Let's add cat and bird. Now, if I put all of those things together, I have a complete pattern. If I say it using just the animal names, it would sound like this: dog, chicken, cat, bird. If I say it using the syllables for rhythm, it would sound like this: ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Let's try a different type of pattern. I love soda. My favorite soda is Dr. Pepper, and I would like to use that in a rhythm pattern. So let's build a pattern around different types of sodas. So first, I can think of a soda that has one sound in its name, and that's Sprite. So I am going to draw a quarter note to show Sprite. Now, I can't make this rhythm without adding Dr. Pepper. So Dr. Pepper has 4 sounds. So I am going to draw the 16th notes to show Dr. Pepper. Next, I'm going to add in 2 more sodas to complete this pattern. I'm going to add Coke and close it out with Pepsi. Since Pepsi has 2 sounds, we get to use the 8th note pair once again. Now, if I read this rhythm just using the soda names, it will sound like this: Sprite, Dr. Pepper, Coke, Pepsi. If I read it using the syllable names, then it would sound like this: ta, ticka ticka ta ti ti. And so we have a new rhythm pattern that we can play with all kinds of tools, and I will show you in just a minute.
Now that we have learned how we can write our rhythm patterns, we're ready to play them. And we can play them with items we can find in our house every day. We can use a variety of things. First, you can just use your hands. When we use our hands or our fingers to create musical sounds, that's body percussion. So you can always read and play your rhythms by clapping your hands, snapping your fingers, or tapping them out with your feet. You can also use things like pencils to tap out rhythms. You could use pens if you like to tap out rhythms. You could even use a pair of markers like we use rhythm sticks in music class. Or things that you probably use to eat great things like ice cream or cereal are also considered to be musical instruments. So you could use a pair of spoons to play your rhythm patterns. So let's go back and look at the rhythm patterns that we used. First, we did a pattern based on animal names: dog, chicken, cat, bird. I can use my spoons: dog, chicken, cat, bird, or ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, to play that rhythm. I played that rhythm 2 times because it makes a really great sound. I could also just use my markers to play our soda rhythm that we made with our quarter, our eighth notes, and our 16th notes. Sprite, Dr. Pepper, Coke, Pepsi. Sprite, Dr. Pepper, Coke, Pepsi. You could use anything to play your rhythms. I hope you had a really good time exploring rhythms with me today. And I hope that you come up with all kinds of different rhythms while you are at home and learning different things from teachers all over the state. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to hearing the great musical sounds you create. Bye!